Boom. All right. So the literary circle is much like your book club. We do this every Friday at 9 a.m. As I mentioned, we're changing the format to where it's a new book every week so that you can come in, get an overview, and decide whether or not you want to continue to follow the book, read the book, purchase the book, or maybe you get enough out of it from this that you don't need to invest your time and energy in that. But we felt that this was a good way to allow you an opportunity to be exposed to more books. And because of our time, it allows you to have a better understanding of maybe where you're at in your professional development and learning. So Angel started this earlier in this year of 2021, and we'll see how things go out through the rest of this year. And if the involvement is still good, we'll continue doing that. As I mentioned, I am now the lead for this, and I'm super excited. I picked out kind of a theme for September, which was about your why. So we did start with why last week. Today, we're going to talk about find your why. Both of these were written by Simon Sinek. And then next week, we'll talk about get out of your own way. This book I really like because it's about overcoming what's holding you back from your best self and reaching success. I mean, we get in our own way all the time. And then the last of the month, the book is You Are a Badass. And most of you probably have heard that. And this is where we kick others' opinions to the curb and we focus more on our own life and the things that make us happy. Because sometimes we forget, we help everybody else and we just forget that we're in support of helping others, or we need to help ourselves. So with this book, it was about Find Your Why, a practical guide for discovering purpose for you and your team. And the slide will also have a link to the talk that he did about this. The opening of the book, this was what he had written, not in this format. I just kind of like this little format. But Simon Sinek says, why do you do what you do? Why do you get out of bed in the morning? And why should anyone care? I mean, I love that, right? We know why we get out of bed and we know what we're going to do, but why should anyone care? Like that to me was a huge statement. Then it is one of life's greatest joys to wake up in the morning. We forget that, right? We just take it for granted. The alarm goes off, we start our day, but take a moment and really allow yourself to say, this is great. I'm still here is what Oprah says. And then every morning with a clear sense of your why, the day matters. So you want that sense of the why, and that's what we're creating today. It's not the why that we've been working on with Evolve and other things, other workshops that we've done. This is about a clear statement of why. Why does today matter and why every day matters? And then this is what it means if you find your why. It is the start of an inspiring journey, and you're inspiring. Let me tongue tie. It is the start of an inspiring journey. It's your inspiring journey. You're the creator of your story. I talk about how we are the main storyteller and everybody else is just a player in our game. And so we control it kind of like a chessboard. We control the players of our game by how we show up and what we do in exchange with those around us. So this is a copy of his book, the front cover of it. And this was one of the speeches. So like I said, I've hyperlinked that in there. You can watch that. It really is good. And he basically set it around millennials and helping them to understand their why. So worth a view if you do nothing else. The three main takeaways that we're going to dive into this deeper is about finding your why by looking at past events. We don't often think about that, but really you didn't get here from there by not knowing there's a theme. There's always a theme. It's almost like a gold thread that our lives do that. I'm a teacher by trade, and I know that because I was doing that as a young kid. I was teaching the farm animals and I was teaching invisible people in my bedroom. Like I know teaching is part of my past, which I have brought forward in everything that I've done in my life. And then knowing how you work, what is your work ethic? How do you show up is also going to help you to live your why. Kind of like it said on the first screen. Who cares why you get up? And that's what we want to be passionate about. And after you figure this all out, this is where most people say my purpose in life, my purpose in life is to share and to teach. And this is where you start finding that inner guidance. So when you do wake up in the morning and you get to start your journey, you have this belief system built in. It's already within you. And when you find that you're struggling or you can't see past the blinders and you've got these stumbling blocks and all this shitstorms are happening, you get to be able to say, why am I doing this anyway? Why did I wake up this morning? And that's what I want to help you guys really feel into that today. So when I talked about your stories from your past, you can't find your why by going through event, or you can find it by going through the events. And as I mentioned, teacher is a thing for me. So knowing that is how I became and helping others. That's the other part of it, because I like to be helpful. So I found that as an executive secretary, which was the start of my career path, it led into me actually teaching executives how to use Microsoft Office when it first came onto the forefront. It allowed me to show my strengths and being a leader and someone who can teach. And then I moved into my 30s. I started back to school and got my teaching degree. And so then I was teaching IT. I thought I was going to be a business major and teach business classes. Here I'm teaching technology, everything with technology. Then we go into owning and operating golf courses. So that technology, that teaching, that learning allowed me to start teaching women how to play the game of golf and show up in life. How they were showing up on the golf course was how they were showing up in life, which then led to me being a business and life coach. So the theme is there. And I know every one of you have a story like that. I know every one of you can pinpoint what your strength is and why you do what you do. And that's where you're going to fit this into this why that gets you out of bed. The other one is about learning how you do these things, how you do this efficiently. Knowing how you work will allow you to live your why, not just know it. So for me, the example would be, okay, if I'm a teacher and I want to support others, living my why is about when that alarm goes off, not me saying I'm hitting the snooze, I ain't getting up today. I find the inner strength to say, my passion is helping others on their journey. I want to teach others how to live the life they deserve. So therefore, it's not about me. It's about being in service to others. And when I can be in service to others, I'm being served because it's that exchange. And so I know how I work. I know if I feel that I don't want to go to the meeting, I don't want to show up for the call, I don't want to do the follow-ups, I have to tap back into, why do I do what I do? And that's the sentence that you're going to come up with in our breakout session. And the third part is after you figure this out, your purpose in life, you get to share it everywhere you go. We do our introductions all the time. I love how Kim says that you can change, what does it change the, not the world. Is it change the world?
Change the world.
Okay, It was world. I was thinking there was a different word. Yeah, you make that very bold statement because you know it to be true. You live that in your own life. You've experienced it. So you're able to say, I believe I can change the world. And so that's what gets you out of bed in the morning, right? That's where I'm here to be a changer. I'm here to help others change. I'm here to teach. Angel's here to lead, right? So here's some examples of one-liner why you get out of bed and why anyone should care. Keep the environment clean for future generations. So obviously this is someone who is probably working for a company or started a company that provides products or services around keeping the environment clean. That's the other thing with your why. It can fit in many components. I fit my teaching into high school teaching IT. I fit it into teaching executives. I did adult education instruction, and then I taught women how to play golf. And now I'm teaching women how to grow their business. Like, it fits in multifacets. The other one is help others wake up inspired to go to work in the morning, right? That's huge. Like, if someone knows that's their why, they probably struggled with it at some point or another. They probably know the realness of struggling to get up to go to work in the morning. How about increasing the accessibility of life-saving equipment for patients in underdeveloped countries? That was a big thing, always about, supporting other countries. And yet we're in a time now that we need all of this life-saving equipment in our country. So this person's passion, their why, is they're working toward this, and it can fit. Support the health and well-being of everyone. This could be like a health and wellness teacher or fitness coach, or, it's about, why do I get up? Supporting the health and well-being of everyone. And then inspiring every family in the world to enjoy dinner together. I thought that one was really cool because that says a lot. That could be someone who's a personal chef or someone who just believes in relationship building. So does that make sense, how these are like these one-liners? You feel that, right? Like it's you. It's not what I'm doing for you. It's who I am when I'm doing it. So for me, this is what my sentence would be. Teach others that lifelong learning is a valuable asset. It took me a minute to get to this because I knew I was a teacher and I teach others, but my thing was always about, I am a lifelong learner. I love professional development. All my stuff is self-help book. I've read maybe 1 or 2 novels in my lifetime, and I'm pretty old. But it's all about absorbing that. When I went to Zig Ziglar conference in Dallas way back in the day, and those individuals were up there on that stage speaking and giving this great advice and helping you see past things and understanding, I'm like, I want to be one of them. I want to be up there on that stage. I want to be that person. And throughout my life, I've had opportunities to do that now myself, but it took me a while to watch everyone else to really align with that. And the valuable asset piece of it is sometimes we take it for granted. Even our day-to-day life lessons, we take for granted when it may be in service to help someone else, or it may help us later on down the road. So giving yourself an extended why do I get up in the morning, is because I want to teach others about their lifelong learning and that it is a valuable asset. And like Kim, it will change their lives or change the world. Questions about that? Okay, so the book overall, these are some other topics that are in that. What if my why sounds like my competitors? Can I have more than one why? Blah, blah, blah. You can, again, if you're working with teams, this probably is great. I understand there's a lot of examples in the book, like even with Start With Why. Apparently, some people don't like that with the reviews, but this one actually got better reviews, I think, than the other book. There was some comments that it's just repetitive and it really doesn't teach you anything. And then other people were like, oh my gosh, I got so much clarity around my why. But again, maybe watch his video, whether you want to put this in your library or not, but there is a PDF out there. I didn't put the link to this, but if you search oftentimes of books, you can find free PDFs on them. So give that a thought as well. So here's what we're going to do. Breakout questions. What events in your past, or even if it's just one event, but like I was saying, how my teaching showed up. So what in your past was a big impact for you? And then how does this event align with your why and purpose today? So you get that clarity, and then you're going to write your one sentence. So we want you to come back and actually share your why sentence. Okay, so we're holding your feet to the fire. You're not just getting information and just letting it go. You're going to be able to give us that one statement of your why. And then if anybody wants to have a follow-up call with me, you can go to my website and book a call. I would be happy to help you with any of this. Let me go back. I got to get these questions. We can put them in the box. But awesome. Yeah, so let me stop the recording here.
So while she's doing that,